Hello, welcome to the next part of this Fire Emblem Three Houses playthrough in Maddening difficulty and with the Blue Line house, but currently not really looking like Blue Line students anymore, so we have a randomly chosen squad, which for a few months hadn't changed at all, but in this past month we've had 3 substitutions, so Marianne has replaced Ingrid, Bernadetta has replaced Sylvain, and then in the last week Lorenz has replaced Felix, which is kind of messing up all of my plans. But then, yeah, so now we have to do the mission and hopefully it will not be an absolute catastrophe. So I'll check my certifications first because it could be that some of my characters can level up. So Dimitri I want to promote, but he's not actually chosen what he wants to study yet, as far as I remember. Okay. Yeah, so he still has his standard one to do. If I can, I'll change him to a brawler. Felix, I don't care about anymore. Yeah, okay. So I guess I'll just choose something for Dimitri since he hasn't chosen something for himself yet. So I guess either a lord or cavalier would make sense for him. I'm like quite torn between the two. I've been quite focusing on leveling up authority for all of the characters because you get some quite nice skills in general. And also it's good for the gambits, but I'm pretty happy with Dimitri's battalion at the moment, so I'm just going to go for cavalier to get a little bit more range because we have a really big map coming up. And he has been using lances rather than swords, so we'll keep him with the lances.
Good result.
I'm still waiting to max out my fighting. I've just realised that I've been using swords and should have been using gauntlets because otherwise this is never actually going to move up. Yeah, and also I'm wanting to get out of fighter because I really want Byleth to be getting some more speed. So I want to move her into being a thief or a Pegasus now. But let's see what else can we do. Okay, so Dedue is wanting to be a brawler, but we can't do this yet. Ah no, I just have to buy some intermediate seals. Okay. So this is actually going to give a boost to Dedue's speed growth. I don't know how much it will help because his base speed is like 20% or something. But yeah, it could be kind of interesting if he's not. He won't have as much defense, but he'll have a bit more speed. But anyway, it's his choice, not mine. So one of the rules of this playthrough for me is that I don't get to choose the students' classes and their goals and stuff. They choose them themselves. And they also, I also always choose the auto-instruct option, so they choose everything that they want to learn and they choose their goals as well. So I'm not sure if there's any point in reclassing Felix right now. He's wanting to be a sword master, so either of these two would make sense, and he's maxed out his fighter. I mean, I guess I might use him as an adjutant, so maybe I'll just change him over just now. And I like the growth for the thief, so I might do this. I mean, actually with mercenary he would get vantage. which is maybe quite useful for him. Okay, I'll do this then. Not that, I mean, yeah, so I probably am not going to be using him. He's actually now so far down the list that he's not going to be in any of the main battles unless there's a map with 13 characters that I've forgotten about. Or if someone dies, where, yeah. So I guess if a character dies, then I could theoretically let them stay dead and then he would be in the team again, but I kind of don't want to do that. Okay, so Sylvain has already said that he wants to be a mounted unit, so he's also outside of the main team, but he will be definitely being an adjutant because he's still in the list of the top 12 characters. So I'm just going to let him follow his goals. And then he can level that up while he's by someone else's side. Oh yeah, so actually I can assign 3 adjutants, so Felix will also be assigned for a while. Okay, Mercedes is already reclassed, so I'll just leave her as priest. I might actually do my thief or Pegasus Knight. I think I'm going to buy this one just now and then I can change it whenever I get it, but for the moment I'm not going to switch to it because I'm still trying to get this warrior thing maxed out. So Ingrid is also she's not in the main team, but she will also be gaining experience, so I can change her to something. She's not chosen her path yet. So I can either go with swords or lances. These are like her 2 things that she's been working on. So I'm just going to choose Pegasus Knight. Yeah.
I must
Bernadetta is not ready to reclass yet. And I'll give her a little bit more time to choose, so I mean, odds are she'll choose to be an archer. If she chooses something else, then I'll make her do that instead. Petra's already done. Lorenz is my latest recruit and he's not ready yet. And Marianne is still working on her monk class. And then I do quite like these base ones because they all have a combat art that does like repositioning. And then especially like the monk one I like a lot, like especially for just hurrying characters up, like pulling them forward so that if you're trying to keep everyone caught up with the main units. Okay, so that's enough for the certifications. I'm just going to head into the mission now. Yeah, and let the cutscenes play.
It should be in our sights soon, Professor. The abandoned tower those thieves are using as a base. Conan Tower.
This area was the site of a massive battle several hundred years ago. That's when invasions from the north were at their peak. Back then, this tower was built for both surveillance and defense. It will be difficult to seize it.
You're very well informed, Gilbert. Please, tell us more.
Well, you're joking.
Professor, did you see the local villages? They were in rough shape, no doubt because of the thief attacks. They're not going to make it through the winter in that condition. If the thieves had taken up pillaging in order to survive, that would be deplorable, but understandable. But this is something else entirely. It looks as though they destroyed those villages purely for pleasure. No matter what their reasons may be, that sort of behavior cannot be allowed. Ever.
Don't bother losing your head over those lowlifes, Your Highness. It's wasted effort.
Sylvain, the thieves' leader, the one who stole the relic, word has it he's your older brother. I know he's been disowned, but...
He is no longer a member of House Gautier, or my brother. He's nothing more than a common thief.
Are you sure about that? It would be understandable to find the situation, well, regrettable, to say the least.
Regrets? You must be joking. You know we're far past the point of regret. And it always falls on the younger brother to clean up the mistakes of their elders, doesn't it?
This rain threatens a coming storm. We must hurry and begin our war council before the heavens let loose.
Okay, so the first thing I'm going to need to do is redo my units again to match the actual order of the squad. So the main thing I'm going to do is replace Felix with Lorenz. And then after that I have Marianne and Mercedes. And then I can assign my adjutants. I should check and see what supports Lorenz can have. So that's Sylvain and Mercedes. So I'll give Sylvain to Lorenz. Oh, and he can also have supports with Marianne. Okay. Of course he can have supports with Sylvain, it makes sense. Bernadetta can have a support with Felix. And with Ingrid. Petra with Bernadetta and Ashe. Okay, so I'm going to give Felix to Annette because I like their support run. And I'll give Ingrid to Bernadetta. And I just realised that I forgot to check to see if any of the supports were available. Oh, I do. I have like unviewed supports for some of the characters, but it's too late to see them now. I'm kind of thinking I kind of want to soft restart this so I can get the supports. But actually, I mean, they don't really matter because... Yeah, so if I have Ingrid on Bernadetta... Oh, but I've also got this one unlocked. Oh, this is a pain. Okay, yeah, actually I'm gonna go back. Should have checked this earlier. Maybe it's too late. Ugh. So in case you're wondering about the soft restart, this is if you use the L and R, the shoulder buttons, and then minus and plus button, then you can restart the game without having to go into the home menu and stuff. So yeah, so I can't do anything about the fact that I've missed these supports without, unless I like load a different file or something, which I don't think is even possible because I don't think the autosave is before we're in this menu. So I'm just gonna have to live with it. Yeah, so... Okay, and I need to redo my units again. I don't know if there's even any point on putting one of these on Bernadetta, because I guess she's not going to get the bonuses from it just now, but I don't know, maybe it does work. And then I was going to give Felix to Annette. Hopefully they haven't already got their support. Okay, that's something at least. And I will definitely forget to reset these. So they always reset at the start of every battle, so unless they've changed this in the updates, but at least before they were getting reset to automatically be assigned to the first character, so which is a bit of a pain, and I always forget to check it. And I also always forget to check my battalions. So Dimitri I'm not going to bother recharging because he has this skill, this battalion skill assigned, where if this ever gets down to 1 triangle then he'll get Wrath. Or at least, I mean battalion Wrath, so this is like a higher crit rate, but without him having to have damage himself. For the rest of them I'll boost them. And I need to assign one to Lorenz as well, since he's new. And presumably he has no authority right now. So at the moment he's a soldier. I don't know what he's going to want to be. I usually make him a mage, but I guess his more natural path is a mounted, like a cavalry unit. So I guess for the moment I'll give him maybe physical attack and hit or something. I wonder what his defense is like. Okay, so his defense is not great. His speed and his, so everything is a bit kind of mediocre right now. He's not really had any level ups. He's like literally just joined. He does get some extra damage with the battalion. We're giving him that anyway, so that's not a problem. He does have Lance and Reason. He can't use Reason right now though because he's a soldier, so yeah. Okay. So I think I would like to have him have something that's going to give him a bit of physical attack, a bit of hit, and preferably be ranged, because then I can have him at least participating in linked attacks with his battalion without actually having to be up close. And yeah, I have a lot of battalions because you keep them all on New Game Plus from all of your other playthroughs. I feel like I'm not really going to see... I can't see anything that's what I'm wanting. Okay, this is what I'm wanting. So we don't get any hit, but we do get Fizz Attack and Void, a wee bit more Charm, so we've got a better chance of the Gambits actually hitting. Okay, so this will do it. And, I mean, Lorenz is not going to be in any state to be getting attacked by anything. We're going to just need to be keeping him out of danger, I guess. But maybe he can get a bit of damage in and get some levels up with his attacks. And his strength is really poor, so he can carry a weapon with 2 weight before it starts affecting his speed. So I'm going to get my Training Lance, which is still not going to be enough. That will get the difference down to, I think the Training Lance is 5, so he's going to be getting like a 3-point deduction to his speed, which means that he's going to be really vulnerable to getting double hit by things. I'm wondering whether I should switch her to having like a bulk heal. Well, I actually have 2 healers, so this is probably not necessary. Maybe the stride is nice because one of the things that is a bit of annoying in this map is we have to babysit Gilbert a little bit, because otherwise he gets killed by mages, and then we also have to try to get to the final boss in like all of the other enemies before Gilbert goes and kills them for us or gets killed again. So I guess the stride will be quite handy. What else is there? I guess the other ones I'll just leave. I did quite a lot of messing about with them previously, so I'm just going to double check that I don't want to change any of my skills, and double check my items because we've changed a few of the classes. So Dedue had already asked to be a brawler before, so I've already got him spec'd for that. And none of these other ones have chosen anything. I need to remember to actually use these gauntlets so that I can finally stop being a fighter. Okay. And then I have Ashe and Petra both able to open chests in this map, which is handy, without having to worry about chest keys. Okay, I have to be a bit careful with the weapon durability because I'm using a lot of combat arts for the extra accuracy, which means that things break a lot faster. Ah yeah, I want to get him a training lance. I might see if I can forge that one with 6 into a +1. Okay, so this will reduce the weight. This is going to be helpful.
Is that the one? Thanks a bunch. Come back soon.
And this will give us like a 10 speed for Lorenz rather than like 8 or 7 or 8 or whatever. So he might be able to actually do something. And it's like never going to run out, or at least not for a while. Okay. Why is Sylvain not assigned anymore? Okay. Ah yeah, I was meaning to check and see if it was worth equipping a breaker skill. No, but I'm going to be trying to use gauntlets anyway. I'm not going to bother. Because it will just encourage me to use swords. And I don't want to do that. Okay. I should actually consider using these and letting my battalion run low. So actually I'm going to take off my sword thing because that just encourages me to use swords as well. And I'm really, really, really wanting to stop being a fighter. So instead I will... Rally movement is nice, but I don't know if I want it. The alert stance has not been helping so much so far because my speed has been rubbish. Okay. And I can't do any counter. I mean, I'm not doing any follow attacks most of the time anyway, so that's pointless. Okay, I'm gonna add the alert stance anyway, or the HP. Okay, I'm liking defense a bit more than the HP one for Dimitri. He's already got like enormous defense, partly because he's getting 5 from his battalion. So if I have this, he's probably only going to be taking damage from the mages. And I have a funny feeling that, so at the moment we've not seen any units with pass, I don't think, but I have a feeling that the units that automatically appear here are going to be like kind of a fast thief type ones with pass. So it'd be nice if I've got a couple of units that are just not going to take any damage from them. What's this? Okay, resistance boost. So quite a lot of archers with poison strike. So sometimes I kind of like lure these with Gilbert, like away from where I'm going and stuff, but in this case I won't bother because they're going to do damage after they hit him, even if they don't do any at the time. So we've got one guy with pass here, a couple with pass. Oh, they're such a nuisance. This one I guess will still take a lot of resistance damage, even if it's a wee bit reduced. Yeah, okay. And so yeah, like Dimitri's can see it better on the map. Like Dimitri has now currently a protection value of 21, so he's really got he's really tanky right now. Like he's tankier than Dedue, who's supposed to be the tank. So Dedue can get to 20. But yeah. And then so like so this guy's doing a lot of damage, but most of them are really doing like barely any or / none. The attacks are all a bit higher than we've seen before, actually. I might be wanting to boost his speed a wee bit with Annette as well, so that he's not getting hit twice. Okay. So since we've been mastering these beginner classes, we're getting a few skills that are a bit more useful than the ones that the characters are normally equipped with, or that have been equipped with up until now. Apart from Lorenz, he has nothing. Yeah, and my other new units. Oh yeah, so Marianne has this animal friend skill. I've been trying to keep her close to Dimitri, so this pairs well because he is currently riding a horse. So if she's next to him, then she'll like get some healing like every turn. And these guys don't really matter because I'm not even using them. For the combat arts, they should still be okay as well. Actually, what is Sylvain's brother? Okay, so he's an armoured unit. So actually I might pull out the armour killing things that I bought before, because I thought that the Death Knight was armoured, but he's actually just mounted. And that should help us make short work of him, at least in this form. But this Night Kneeler skill is kind of useless in this battle. So I'm going to take, well, Tempest Lance instead. And we've got our two thingy bow attacks. So I could take Helm Splitter, but I don't think it's going to be necessary. And I'm trying to avoid using axes on Dedue just now anyway. Okay. So I'll give this armor slayer to Petra. And it will really damage her speed. But hopefully, yeah, I mean, I guess I either will hopefully not need to use it, or if I'm using it, it will only be for one turn. And then otherwise, nobody else is really wielding swords. And no one's wielding axes. And I don't think there's any kind of an armor-piercing lance.
Welcome.
No. Okay.
Come back.
Okay, so I'm going to put Dimitri back here to help out with Gilbert, Marianne as well, and then I want another unit with them. It's like one more, maybe myself. What do I want to do here? So there's going to be a couple of mages in addition to, so there's, yeah, like some boring soldier units and a couple of mages, so I'd like someone who can also take out the mages a wee bit. I might just let myself stay down here with them and send the rest up. Although I remember now that like I was wanting Dimitri to be up here for when we have these units there. So Petra is fast. Okay, I'll keep it like that. Okay.
Welcome.
Or maybe I could have quit to get my supports. Okay.
The enemy is...
They are merely thieves, but they have a hero's relic. Do not drop your guard.
So the first thing I'm going to do is mark out all the ones that have got pass, because they're really pesky. Also the ones with the poison strike are annoying, but less so. There's a lot of them. I think this battle is going to be kind of tough. So like even for these kind of slow fighters, they all have like an attack speed of 11, and that's like, I think, more than some of them. Maybe I'm okay.
I stand ready.
Yeah, so for Dimitri, he would be getting hit twice by them, unless I give him a boost. Marianne as well. Well, as long as she has Nosferatu equipped anyway. I think she's a lot less if she has heal. Yep, indeed. Okay, so the first thing I'm always wanting to do as well is just basically try to block Gilbert from getting too far. Because I'm wanting him to stay down here and not to steal any kills and not to get to the boss too fast, because then I have to rush too much.
I'll cut through.
Here we go.
So here we're looking at 24 attack and 11 speed.
What should I do?
So I guess this is not bad.
Stay focused.
You can get 20 defense with Dedue.
I will get the victory.
I'll give it my all.
Oh, I've accidentally moved myself forward. Okay, Lorenz can block him. So I could also just try having Petra there to dodge them and then hit them twice. I think she might have Axe, and she has Axe Breaker. Okay, so I need to actually remember that I have some of these things attacked. So basically, if she's against Axe units, she's not going to get hit, more or less. Just like increase the chance even more. So this is really just about her dodging and not about her doing much damage.
Impressive.
And again, I've forgotten that I'm supposed to be staying down the bottom.
Everyone.
Thank you.
Captain's in trouble.
Enemies approach from the lower...
Okay, this is already looking really bad for Gilbert. So I'm sort of increasing my problem with having to stop him from catching up too fast with the fact that he has to stay alive. Or at least I want him to stay alive.
Appreciate it.
Okay, I'm gonna make sure I send myself back now. Yeah, and I don't really want to trigger these archers on Ashe. So I'm like actually amazed that he didn't miss that time.
Two coming.
Now I'm just wanting to block Dimitri a wee bit. Block Gilbert a little bit. Yeah, that's not helpful.
Quite helpful. Thanks for that. I'll cut through.
I think.
Much appreciated.
My compliments. Well done.
As far as I remember, there's a second wave of these units that will come from behind. At the moment, Gilbert's really advancing faster than I would like. I'm not sure if there's much I can do about it. I don't necessarily want him going and standing in these spots. I mean, Dimitri should have, be able to survive this.
My thanks.
You're a big help.
Okay, here's our next wave. And they all have battalions.
Saw that coming.
So it'd be super nice if I can take out these actually. One of them already. It's not gonna happen. Where is he? Or perhaps indeed. So we have more units with pass behind us, and they also have like rather a lot of attack.
Too slow!
Oh. This is bad. I feel like I need to rewind because I don't have enough units in range of being able to take these out, so these ones are going to do like 5 damage times 4 is 20. Yeah, I think it's a bit risky. I think I need to have a couple more units down that end since Gilbert's feeling suicidal.
Here we go.
like this thing of luring the archers though. Don't really want to lure an archer and a mage at the same time. Okay.
Oh no.
And I can't actually pull Gilbert anywhere. I can shove him. I think I can shove him
I'll cut through.
one square away.
Stay focused.
Or not. Who has shove?
I will get the victory. Who, me?
I'll give it my all.
Predictable.
Oh yeah, pass. Oh man. Speed's 12. So even with the training sword, Marianne has not enough speed. Okay, so if it's 11, it should be okay. Should get 19 damage. So as long as I keep her with heal, it should be fine. Oh, I should have buffed her first.
You're too kind.
I might actually not rush. So normally I rush round to try to beat Gilbert, but since everything's coming to me, I might not bother. And then I'm also a bit nervous about this area. I don't want to be fighting them as well as someone's coming down the side, but we'll see how it goes.
What should I do?
I stand ready.
Maybe Gilbert will go back the way. It's like completely useless.
Better be careful.
Much appreciated.
Okay, I think what I'm really wanting to do now is just block Gilbert and wait for the others to come round.
Thank you.
Two come.
Thank you. Is this... Much appreciated.
So I'm going to be using Petra, Ashe, Annette and Marianne to try to put Gilbert back a bit on the next turn. And yeah, this is absolutely a pest. If I could get him back here, it could be quite useful because I can just block him in with like a couple of characters. Man. It's so helpful to have allies.
Thanks.
Thanks.
So at least in the next couple of turns, there should be enough enemies around to keep him keep him attacking enemies rather than going and trying to advance. Yeah. Finding this like such a pest and wishing that I had like a few more skills that I could use to reposition him.
So helpful.
I can't remember what we get as a bonus for keeping him alive. Because of course now I have this giant mass of units, which maybe I could have not triggered if I hadn't gone in the range of some of the archers, but I have to deal with it now. And yeah, they're getting to kind of decide their own formation because I'm trying to keep Gilbert controlled instead of the enemy. Okay. And of course he goes for the one that he's going to miss, of course. I think I'm ready to start using gambits now. This is like a massive pain. Yeah, it would be nice if I can have like some weak, rubbish enemy that's weakened so that he'll definitely attack that. If I can, yeah, freeze this guy, that would be helpful.
It seems I've exhausted the...
The main problem with this one is that it might actually kill both of them. This 15 times 2 is not very nice. But it's the only one that will be happening. I don't think I can get Petra up far enough. Maybe with stride.
Thank you. What?
Two coming.
Ugh. That was unfortunate.
No use.
Okay, with any luck he'll at least go after one of the archers. Manev's like such a disaster to deal with here. Okay, who all has passed still? Okay, the high priority ones are the mage and anyone with pass. And the archers. And the ones with a huge amount of attack. Oh! Okay, so here's the blessing, at least we have no more pass units here. Of course, Gilbert is probably going to go up and trigger these ones in the top right corner because I don't think I can manage to stop him. I'm going to break out my like ridiculously overpowered gambit on these ones here for starters, so that will at least like get rid of the archers, and I can do 4 at once, so that's kind of nice. And clear myself some space to take out the mage. Okay, so I still have like 1 archer at the back. The main one I'm wanting rid of is this mage. And this one can't move. It does do good attack. I think it's a bit risky. Yeah, because like one option is actually just to block all of these spaces for the ones that can't move. Wait, can they still not move in their turn? Yeah, because I've like literally just done it, so in the next turn they also can't move. So I might actually do that, and then Petra definitely doesn't have the close counter.
I thank you.
My thanks. Appreciated.
I'm thinking we might just survive this, as long as Gilbert doesn't do something really stupid right now, which he's going to do. He's totally going to attack them. Oh, why did you do that?
I have yet to...
Oh, Gilbert.
For now, I must retreat.
Do I want to rewind? Can I block both of his? Oh, it's so annoying. Okay, let's see if I can block Gilbert so he can kill himself without killing himself. Right.
Stay focused. Here we go.
So yeah, I'll
Thank you.
do this gambit first, and so it'll give me a few more options.
Such.
I stand ready.
I'll give it my all.
Here goes.
I'll cut through.
What should I do?
I will get the victory.
Oh no.
Oh, Gilbert can't move. Oh, this is awesome.
Just like that.
The better to...
Appreciate it. Thanks.
Why me?
We're out of strides, but hopefully it won't matter too much anymore. So there's like still this guy left and my clan, and that's like literally it. Everyone else has just rushed us.
Thanks so much.
Thanks.
Oh, I'm out of normal heals.
Two coming.
Just gonna make sure I trigger these ones now because I'm not really wanting him to go up and take on this other knight in the top left corner because he probably can't do anything against that other than get himself killed as well. Okay. Okay.
Here we go.
It's an ambush.
Oh, what? They moved right away. Ugh.
Tonight, strong enough.
Too annoying. What on earth was Annette carrying to make her so heavy? Okay, let's go back. Oh, Gilbert. Gilbert, you got your daughter killed, you idiot. Well, that was my fault actually. Okay. Why is she so slow?
Here goes.
Okay, Annette has got speed problems anyway. Eh.
Well done.
I'll give it my all.
Oh no.
Here we go.
Thanks.
I stand ready. What should I do?
Stay focused.
I'll cut through.
I will get the victory.
Here we go. Attack them from both sides.
It's an ambush.
Right, so I think we get 2 rounds of this.
Am I?
Thank you.
I won't.
Thank you.
Appreciated.
Okay, good. So now we just have this one guy in the corner and our final boss. So I'm hoping this is going to miss because this one always seems to be really inaccurate. But I'd rather not have anything behind Dimitri in case it hits.
Saw that coming.
Yeah, so I think I'm just going to start this battle. There's like a second phase where everyone will get caught up anyway, and I'm kind of getting bored of trying to control Gilbert.
Much appreciated.
So I guess I'll just see if I can finish this off so that we can move on to the next round. So of course this guy is an armoured unit, and he has a lance. So Petra's axe breaker is not any use. And Petra's not doing any damage against him, but she's also not dying. Although he does have like a really high crit rate. I might see if I can find someone who's not going to take as much damage from the crits. Or just in general. So of course this is without the extra defense that Dedue gets when he doesn't do anything. But I think basically anyone, if they get critted, is going to die. So I might just risk it with Petra. Okay, and so she's doing, she's still hitting twice even with this heavy weapon. If I was playing one of the previous games where I didn't have this rewind, I would definitely not be risking this with a crit of 16%, which in Fire Emblem is like 80%. But since I can just rewind, I'm gonna just go for it.
So, you think you can take the lance from me, huh? I'll kill you. I'll kill every last one of you!
Okay, we didn't get critted. And I think I would quite like Lorenz to attack him because he has Sylvain as his adjutant, which means it's basically like Sylvain attacking. Okay, and even killing. But I'll heal Petra first.
Appreciated.
Oh, Marianne's out of everything. Okay. So Lorenz has supports. I've forgotten who he has supports with. Marianne for sure. So I'll give her a magic attack so that she's in range. And me. I don't remember who else. I'll just go and finish this. Oh, no dialogue. Oh, but he did get some good level ups.
Not bad for your kind. A bunch of spoiled, rotten children. Damn, look at that! I'm out of here! Hold on! No! Ah!
That form. Oh my. Is this your first time fighting such a thing? Then listen well.
So, this is the power of a hero's relic. To create such a sinister beast. It has gone too far. I fear all we can do now is put an end to it.
Okay, so this is the first beast battle that we have, or monster battle. It should be pretty straightforward. The main thing that I'm concerned about is, as usual for this battle, Gilbert, who is going to be rather a hindrance than a help. This thing is doing quite a lot of damage and it has quite high speed, so the 37 in this 9 is quite a lot of damage off of this guy. But he shouldn't die. Maybe I'll just let him lure the thing. No, I won't, because he'll then go and attack it. And when he attacks it, he'll get hit twice. And then he'll die. Ugh. So I can instead let Petra take the hit. And she can swap with him. And then he'll go and attack it, he'll get hit twice, but he shouldn't at least die. But I'll make sure to give her back a fast weapon. What's the defense of this thing? 17. I don't know if that's with or without its barrier. Okay, so it's probably the 17 plus the barrier. Okay, I don't know if she's actually going to do any damage, but at least she will not die. And I can just not use her, or I can use a Gambit in the next turn. Okay. She gets support from Ashe. And from Bernadetta. Oh, I need to heal her. Much damage is she gonna take? Do I need to heal her? 11. She's gonna take 37 minus 11 damage. So like 26, which means that she would die if I don't heal her. Ah, very annoying. Okay. No damage this time to the beast thing. So I possibly should have done Dimitri's last because he can probably take a hit if it comes down to it. But I think we should be able to break all of the armour anyway, so it's not going to be too important. I might be able to use Annette's Gambit as well. That's also like, yeah.
You can count on us.
Okay, so we've got our extra stuff and now we just have to hit these two things off. But even if we don't, then he's not going to attack on this turn. It just means that he's going to counter all of the other attacks if they're not Gambits from now on. I think I need to possibly heal Gilbert just in case. I can't remember what turn order the turns are.
Here to help.
May I help?
On the other hand,
I thank you. That should do.
I can just block him and let Petra take his place. Oh, you can still get round. Oh, this guy is such a pest. So yeah, I might need to do this turn so that I can block Gilbert from doing something stupid. Okay, we lucked out because the blow took off one of his bars, so there's no counter. It's far too much stress here. So now we're getting all of the counters as well.
Contribute.
Okay, I've got this Bane of Monsters skill.
We're at your side. You have my support.
Okay, I'd quite like a level up for like one of these three. Oh. I meant to give that to
Want some help?
So both of these have got a really high chance of critting. And I would prefer if they didn't. I could guarantee that I get the kill from Dedue with this monster breaker. Okay, I'll just do that. Ah.
Goddess. The beast is gone, yet Miquelon and the lance remain.
It's over. Let's retrieve the lance and leave this place.
That man. His form was changed. It was as though that lance was swallowing him whole. Upon that sight, it makes sense that your students were upset. I wonder if those relics truly hide such power. Yet even still, that power seems familiar. That form as well. As one who wields the sword of the Creator, does that mean you possess that power too?
Professor, you have returned. The goddess is indeed generous with her divine protection. I have already heard Gilbert's report about what happened. See to it that you keep what transpired at the tower to yourself. People would lose faith in the nobles should rumors spread of one using a relic and transforming into a monster. All regions of Fodland would fall into chaos. We must avoid that at all costs. Please ensure the students who accompanied you understand that as well. Have I made myself clear? His transformation into a black beast was nothing short of divine punishment from the goddess. Punishment for someone arrogant and foolish enough to use a hero's relic even though they were unworthy and unqualified. Of course, that is why we rushed to recover it. Sadly, we did not arrive in time. The church will formally return the lance to House Gautier, if you would. You have my gratitude. I can see that I was right to trust you with this. Please report back. I will tell you of your new mission for the coming moon at that time.
Is your meeting over, Professor? I was just thinking about something. Professor, the possession of relics and crests has been highly valued in Fargus since ancient times. It's far from uncommon for someone to lose their ability to lead their house because they don't bear a crest. Just like Miquelon. It happened to my uncle as well. The eldest child of the king, and yet he never ascended to the throne. All families whose bloodlines carry the crests of the 10 elites are much the same. But House Gautier takes it a step further and absolutely requires an heir who possesses a crest. To that house, the power of crests is a necessity, not a luxury. House Gautier holds the most northern territory in the kingdom, and they have fought with the people to the north for many years. The head of that house is responsible for protecting that territory from fearsome invaders, whom they keep at bay with the power of crests and relics. In exchange for that responsibility, they are granted special privileges within the kingdom. I believe the same. Ability cannot be measured by the possession of a crest alone. I believe that Margrave Gautier was wrong to disinherit Miquelon, simply because he did not bear a crest. Still, there is always a reason for why such customs stand the test of time. Imagine what this world would be like if no one placed any stock in crests. Bloodlines that carry crests would dwindle. The metaphorical blade used to oppose threats would eventually rust. This same argument has been made time and time again across the years. Both sides are at once right and wrong. I believe those with crests and those without should acknowledge the other's strengths and learn to respect each other based on personal merits. And that doesn't apply only to crests. The same holds true for lineage, race, faith, ideologies. If we could just accept each other and make mutual concessions, one step at a time, perhaps... Who knows if that's even possible? Everyone has something that is unacceptable within them. I certainly do, and I'd wager you do as well. I wonder which is best, Professor. To cut away that which is unacceptable, or to find a way to accept it anyway?
Professor, you have done well to complete such a difficult task. You have shown exceptional skill in leading your students. I am forever grateful for the safe return of the hero's relic. Just as I expected, you have mastered the sword of the Creator. Now then, I shall tell you about your mission for the coming month.
Archbishop!
Seteth, what troubles you?
Flayn is missing. I cannot find her anywhere. Professor, have you seen Flayn recently? I have searched every corner I can think of. I could not find her anywhere. She may be in danger. Oh no, 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 what am I to do?
Calm yourself, Seteth. Professor, we shall continue our discussion another time.
So that's us at the end of the chapter. Yeah, it was like quite a tough battle, mostly due to having to look after this allied unit. In the next battle, we won't have to deal with that, so that's something to look forward to. And we also have some new students to train up to get them a bit more useful in the squad. So yeah, it's been quite a nice chapter, at least for getting something out of this potluck kind of a whole plan for the playthrough. Anyway, that's it for this chapter, and yeah, thanks for watching. That's all for now.